Peace and blessings everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Albert and today I have the Skoda Octavia Mark III. Well, this is actually the facelift version of the Mark III Estate. And well, I have to tell you that I was quite surprised by how they improved the old Mark III. I got this car from my friends at Cars at. Cars at are a specialized second-hand car dealership located in Ipswich. All the cars come with 6 months RAC warranty. If you want to part exchange your car, they can accept that. If you have a low credit score, they can provide finance. And if you like your car to be delivered all the way across UK and not just, well, there are your guys. So check them out at carsat.co.uk. The Skoda Octavia Mark III was launched in 2013 as a third generation of the popular car. It received a facelift in 2017 with updated styling and improved technology. Known for its spaciousness, reliability and affordability, became a popular choice for families and business users alike. So why is this a good option for a family? Well, today we're gonna find out. Let's talk about the front end of this car. And by the way, this is a 2019 model year. Well, it's a little bit more close to 2020. So let's discuss the front end of the car. The front end features a bold and distinctive design. It showcases a wide prominent grille with the chrome accents and the Skoda logo positioned right here centrally. The sleek headlights integrate LED daytime running lights and provide a modern and sleek appearance. There is something interesting about the headlights. They do have some beautiful lines right here on the inside of the headlight, which emphasizes a state of luxuriousness. The overall aspect of the front end, it's bold, elegant and intriguing, and these chrome elements that are surrounding the front end gives the car a luxurious feel. The side profile of the car exhibits a streamlined and aerodynamic design. Its elongated body offers a sense of spaciousness and practicality. The well-defined character lines flow gracefully along the length of the car, adding a touch of dynamism. The large windows provide ample visibility, while the 17-inch alloy wheels emphasizes the elegance of the car. In the mirrors we have the turn signals, and of course this is something usual today. Overall, the side profile of the car is sleek, modern, elegant and complements the rest of the car. The rear end of the car showcases a sleek and modern design. The wide and horizontal orientated tail lights equipped with LED technology extends towards the side of the car, enhancing its width. The tailgate is well integrated and offers easy access to the luggage area. Right here we have the Octavia badge, which sits along with the Skoda badge and of course the Skoda logo here. Sorry for that. We have the rear wiper. Right here we have the rear spoiler, which emphasizes a little bit of the sporty character that this estate has. I like the little antenna on the rooftop, which is the antenna for the GPS and the radio. In the rear bumper right here we have the parking sensors, and this car only has rear parking sensors. It doesn't have front parking sensors. It also has a rear diffuser. Now it doesn't have an exhaust because, well, it doesn't. This is something usual in Volkswagen Audi trend, but I do like the rear diffuser. So yes, overall I do like the rear end of the Skoda Octavia Mark III Estate. What do you guys think about it? As usual, it's time to open the boot. You can access the boot from right over here, and immediately you notice how big it is. This boot has 610 liters of cargo space, but if you drop the back seats, you get a whopping 1,740 liters of cargo space, and it's quite easy. You have two latches here, and they just go down like this, so easily. And yes, if you want to put it back, you have to open the door, and well, you have to put it manually, but well, it's not that hard to do. So overall, this is the cargo space of the Skoda Octavia. Now this tailgate isn't power operated, but you do have a latch here which you can grab on, and you can close your boot like this. Now it's time to talk about the interior of the Skoda, which is a quite nice place to be. Immediately you are embraced with high quality materials that transforms your daily commute or your family travels in a more elegant manner. First of all, you have these beautiful leather seats, and of course they are heated, but you have this sway in the middle of the seats and these beautiful stitching that emphasizes the luxuriousness of this car. And this is not a luxury car, but it has some luxurious features, like this piano black here that surrounds the steering wheel and the dashboard area, and of course the gear shifter. You do have an 8-inch screen which gives the car a modern feel. You have dual climate controls and the Skoda system air care to breathe fresh air. One thing that I like are the door trims right here. Somehow makes this car very elegant. You have retractable mirrors, you have daytime running lights and LED lights, and of course everything in this car was properly done. You have a lot of space for you, your passenger, and the rear passengers. You get a sense of spaciousness in this car, and by all means this is a big car and it makes traveling, well, a pleasure. Let's discuss a bit about the infotainment system. Right here we have an 8-inch screen which actually is quite good looking and it's quite easy to use. It has some nice touching sensitive features that shows you when your finger is closed. You can actually see that the options pop up. Now this car has DAB radio, it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and of course it has a mirror link which you can mirror link your phone. Let's go a little bit into the menu. Right here we do have telephone media, we have vehicle settings which shows you exactly what this car average fuel consumption is, and as you can see in the past 2,089 miles it had an average of 43.4 miles per gallon, which is impressive. Now the last 271 miles that I drove this car, I managed to get 44.8 miles per gallon, which is quite impressive. Now if you go into the selection, you can actually see that you can see how green this car was driven, convenience consumers, and we have the vehicle stats. And yes, you have tire pressure indicators as well. If you go in through the settings, we do have some driver assistant features, which includes a front assist monitor, which shows you exactly how close you are from the person in front of you. You have a distance warning and of course a sound warning, and it shows you in the gauge cluster as well. Except from that, there are many options here. You have a parking maneuvers. As I mentioned, this car has only rear parking sensors. It doesn't have rear view camera or front parking sensors, but it's quite okay-ish. If we're going through the menu again, you will see something interesting. Of course, the car has sat nav, which it has traffic information as well. So we go back into the menu and we have this image function, which is a thing that I can see that it catches up to all the cars. It's not something that I get, but anyway, you do have this feature if you want to add pictures with yourself right here. Overall, the infotainment system of the car is quite easy to use, it's quite intuitive, and you have a couple of features like Bluetooth and things like that anyway, they are quite normalish nowadays. The heated seats controls are right here, and you can adjust them from here. As you can see, this car has dual climate controls. From here you can control the temperature, and it shows on the screen as well, and from the other side as well the temperature. Now down here we have a USB socket, and right over here we have the driving modes. Now it's interesting because when you press the driving modes button, you can immediately see that you have normal mode, you have wait, where did it go? Sport mode, which changes into a track. You have individual and you have echo. Now what's interesting is that if you go into individual, all the other settings are preset, so you cannot adjust anything. But if you go here, you can adjust the drive mode, you can adjust the steering wheel, sport or normal. And I have to tell you that I do feel when it's the steering wheel, it's adjusted from sport to normal. When it's on sport mode, it's a little bit more stiff than it's normal mode. But dynamic cornering light, this is something that it's in the headlights. I don't know how this transformed this car into a sporty thing, but nevertheless it's here. And the drive mode here, to be honest with you, I didn't notice anything. So probably when you put it on echo, it just loses some power, but other than that, nothing really happens. Down here we do have a couple of blank buttons, which I'm curious what they could have placed here. We have the most stupidest button on the planet, the automatic off button, and the door lock and unlock features. Now the gear shifter looks good as well. This car has a 6-speed gearbox, which changes gears really smooth, and it's quite easy. The clutch is light and everything is quite good. Even down here we have 2 cup holders, which you can see that one of them has this little thing. I don't know what this is, but well, it's here and you can use it, probably something to put your phone, but what kind of phone can you place here? Anyway, right here we do have another power socket, and well, you can charge your phone as well. The gauge cluster, it's simple and well, it's quite elegant. I do like this little screen in the middle, which is colored screen, and it looks quite good. You have the driving data here, which you can see that you have the range, you have the average consumption. Well, this one is not quite okayish. And you have all temperature, a speed warning, and of course a digital speed cluster. Now there are a couple of things here as well. You have this front collision assistance and of course navigation and the radio features, which are in a top list here. Now nevertheless, this is a simple gauge cluster. I do like how it looks. It looks elegant and well, quite modernish. Jumping into the rear seats of the Skoda Octavia. Now this is a very big car, and you can see by the amount of legroom that I have. I have the seat adjusted exactly as I said, and see how much legroom I have. I have a lot of headroom as well. So back here we do have the armrest, which is big and wide. We do have 3 cup holders, which they are quite interesting. 2 larger ones and 1 smaller one in the middle. Right here we have the climate vents, and nothing really stands out in the rear seats of the Skoda Octavia Estate. Just the quality materials as in the rest of the car, but other than that, everything is pretty simple back here. But the back seats are quite comfortable, and well, it's a nice place to be. So right now it's time to drive the Skoda Octavia Mark III Estate, and well, I do have to tell you that I'm quite impressed with this car due to the fact that it's quite elegant and it's quite smooth. The quality of the material is high, and overall the car is quite in a good shape. Now the first thing that you immediately noticed is how quiet it is. It doesn't have any kind of weird noises or things like that. The isolation is good. It's not perfect, but it's good. The fuel consumption, it's quite good, and I'm sure that Skoda can say that they can do better than 45 miles per gallon, but this is something that I did driving this car. The steering wheel, it's very light, and it means that you can perform quite a lot of maneuvers around cities. And when you park this car, and it's a big car, you need to have a light steering wheel for that to maneuver it around town. This car drives really good. It's quiet, it's elegant, it's smooth, and for the amount of money that you pay, you do get a couple of nice things like these leather seats and this soft leather on the steering wheel, and of course the AB radio, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a lot of different features. Now you can go for a top spec car, which may have the Lauren and Clement trim, but that one is going to be quite expensive. Nevertheless, I do like the fact that it's very well isolated. It's better than the previous generation, and of course the quality of the materials improved a lot over the years. And I do have to tell you that I do like driving this car. I drove it for the past couple of hundred of miles, and it was quite pleasurable. This car has a 4-cylinder 1.5 turbocharged petrol engine which develops 150 horsepower and 250 Newton meters. This car also has a 6-speed manual gearbox which sends this car from 0 to 60 in just 9 seconds. What Skoda says is that the average fuel consumption for this car is around 64 miles per gallon, but I didn't manage to get close to that. So depends on how heavy your foot is, you can actually attain this miles per gallon. It's quite a spacious car. You have a large boot, the seats are comfortable, you get dual climate control, you get a very easy to use and intuitive infotainment system, and also you can get a nice quality stereo. And this is something that I like. I'm crazy about sound systems, and each car that I do have or do take for a test drive, I like to see how it sounds. And even this one sounds quite nice. If you're in the market looking for an estate, I think this is a car to get. You get low fuel consumption, low taxes. I would rather go for a diesel engine, but due to the fact that everyone is pushing the diesels away, I think that this 1.5 petrol does its purpose. It's fast enough, you get good fuel consumption, you get a 6-speed manual gearbox, or you can get it with an automatic. I do like this gearbox, changes gears really nice, and I change gears really nice, but it's very precise and it's easy to use. So overall, the Skoda Octavia Estate, it's quite a good car, it's economical, it's not gonna break the bank when something goes wrong with it, because let's be serious, with all the cars sometimes things go wrong, but well, what can you do? But when things go wrong, it's good to know that you won't have to break the bank or sell a kidney or, well, worse than that, to fix your car. So it's gonna be very cheap to fix, it's gonna be very cheap to run, and well, it's quite a pleasurable car to have. So anyways, this was the video for today, guys. I hope you liked it, I hope you enjoyed it. Press a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you didn't subscribe already. There are a lot of more cars coming, so well, in the meantime, peace and blessings to all of you, and well, I'll see you soon.